Today, I want to talk about sketchnoting and how you can use it in your life straight away. Hi, I'm Hayley, Chief Doodler at Thoughts Drawn Out. I'm all about getting creativity working so I can help you to make your mark. So I've been talking about sketchnoting a lot. I've been talking about what is it, how it's great for your brain, how it helps you process information, communicate, make sense of things, and all of that is true. But what I wanted to kind of follow that up with is that there's a bunch of ways you can put sketchnoting into practice. And I know for a lot of you, that practical step is really important. You're kind of going, Hayley, yeah, great, we get it. It's really useful. But when? Why? How? How would I actually use this? When am I going to sketchnote? I don't sketchnote now. When am I going to start doing it? So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I've made a list of 25 different places where I think sketchnoting could be used in your life with a very minimum skills. You don't need to be an artist of any kind. You don't even necessarily need a great deal of live capture ability here. These are just ways that you could get started. So they're not all going to be for everybody, but I hope within this list of 25 things, you can see something that you go, that's me. That's where I'm going to start. That's the first sketch note I'm going to create. Okay, well, let's jump into my list of 25 ways you can start using sketchnoting in your life straight away. 25 ways to use sketchnoting in your life straight away. And yes, we are starting with a numbered list because even when information starts out this way, you can still make it visually interesting with some sketchnote skills. Starting there with making my font in my heading a little bit more interesting, only took a few little additions, adding some color. Highlighting my numbers so your eyes have a place to rest and they can follow the sequence. Similarly, adding some color as highlighted details so that your eyes are drawn to the key word or message within each bullet point. And look, we're more interesting already just with doing those few things. Now let's watch it come to life as I add icons. Now first, of course, I had to come back and fancy up my border because I couldn't help myself. Okay, now let's jump in. Number 1, taking notes in a meeting at work. Number 2, mapping out a task or a process. Processes are always easier to understand when they are made visual and you can see a sequence. Taking notes during a lesson or a lecture. This is where a lot of new information is coming at you, often quite quickly, and the ability to capture it in a memorable way is advantageous because you're going to need this information weeks, potentially even months down the track. So anything you can do to boost that recall is going to help you in the long run. So visual notes in a lesson or a lecture, be that school, uni, any sort of study you might be doing, is going to be really helpful. Writing up study notes when preparing for a test. So just like when you captured it the first time, when you need to come back and revise content to prep for a test, sketchnoted content is going to be a shortcut for your brain. Making a visual shopping list. This one's a bit of fun, right? It's one of those places where we put very little effort into this. We scroll stuff out on a page. And even just adding an icon for the different sections of the supermarket and then writing the items around those icons gives you not only something more interesting to look at, but a map that you can use once you get to the shop. Sharing info with a child who's learning to read. Children get sketchnoting so quickly because it's how their brains work. It's a great way to communicate complex ideas with a child. Summarising a book you've just read. Don't lose your learnings. Take that little bit of extra time. Draw yourself out a map of what you learnt. That way, you have something to refer back to in the future as well. Journaling, one of my favorites, something I do on a daily basis, but I don't always want to write paragraphs of text. Sometimes sketch-noted icons and ideas and keywords is exactly what I need. Summarising a TED Talk or YouTube video. Similarly to when you finish a book, you don't want to lose what you just learnt. It was probably really valuable information, someone's passion project, someone's life's work. Take a little bit of time to think through what you learnt, embed it and create something out of it that you can share with others. Making content for social media. I'm sure you get this one straight away. This is a way to make content that is you, that is on brand with your message, with your style. It's all you because you made it from scratch. Sketchnoting gives you the skills to make pictures that you can share on all the social platforms. Summarising a conference to share back with others, particularly your team. If you are the one rep that went and you need to tell everyone about it, you can be sketchnoting a conference as it goes. By the time you walk out the door at the end of the event, you already have a visual summary. And it's going to be something that your peers, your colleagues, your team, whoever it is, they're going to want to look at your sketch note way more than they're going to want to read your list of bullet points that you type out that you're probably going to do a week later, because let's face it, you don't really want to do it, you have to do it. But this sketch-noted content, this is interesting. People want to look at this. And you'd already finished it before you even left the event. It's not a task that lingers on your to-do list for the whole following week. It also means that you don't lose what you learned at that conference. You've got those notes to refer back to forevermore, so you're much more likely to extract greater value. Drawing on a whiteboard to help guide a conversation. We've all been in a conversation that could have used that went round and round in circles. Sketchnoting will help you be the brave person to pick up the pen, circumvent and stop the circles and make sense. Get everyone on the same page. Sketchnoting does that. Capturing learnings from an online course. We've talked about study already, but this is a particular way of extracting value. Online courses are often bite-sized. You do a little bit, you move on. It's very easy to move through them quickly, get to the end, and then not be entirely sure what you actually learnt along the way. Sketchnoting is great for that. As a mindfulness activity, absolutely, sketchnoting can focus your thoughts because the time delay between spaghetti in the brain and stuff coming out onto the page, it's shorter, it's faster, it's a shortcut for getting the noise out. Similarly, to focus nervous energy or calm your anxiety, same way, it's just you can empty out the noise onto a page and clear your mind. Making bespoke gifts for people. I love doing this. You can create a page about a particular person, about a shared event that you enjoyed together. It's about a language for capturing memories. Similarly, with creating cards, you don't have to buy the ones from the supermarket or the department store that everyone else has. Make it special. Explaining a complex concept when words aren't cutting it. This, like the whiteboard, is a way to get to clarity quickly. Turn your attention to the page. You now have something physical to refer to ensure your understanding is clear. No more death by PowerPoint. PowerPoint can be interesting. And how? Because you can make the content yourself by drawing it, by writing it, and compiling it into a software platform that gets a really bad rap. It's not PowerPoint's fault, it's how we use it, people, but you can make it interesting. Creating a chore chart for your children. Simple icons, simple tick box, much more interesting, something they want to engage with. Need I say more? Making your own advent calendar. Another interactive piece, another great thing you could do with family members to bring them in and be creative together. Enhancing your to-do list. This is a great way to get away from a to-do list that you don't even want to look at. How are you going to tick things off if you don't want to look at it? Make it interesting. Make it something you want to engage with, and you're much more likely to do so. Making minute-taking fun. Why does it have to be boring? Why does it have to be bullet points? It doesn't. Capture it as a sketch note. People are actually going to use that output that you spent time making, unlike the bullet-pointed minutes that few people are even going to look at. Planning an event. Absolutely a critical way to use sketchnoting because you can make everything visual. Planning an event is something that has so many moving parts, so anything that helps make sense of it is going to make it easier. And visual is a really good way to categorize, group, theme, and bring to life all of those different pieces so that you can see it in a way that you just can't see it through words alone. And this is a fun one to end on, making a packing list for a trip. Now, I'm sure I'm not the only nerd who makes a packing list for a trip, but who said, again, like your to-do list, that it needs to be boring. Make it fun. Create some icons for the different categories. Add your items around those icons. It's going to be a very quick reference guide to make sure you haven't forgotten a thing and that you can walk out the door with confidence, hopefully circumventing those fear moments of, oh my God, what have I forgotten? So there you have it, guys. 25 ways to start sketchnoting. I hope at least one or two of those sparked something in your thinking that made you go, I'm going to give this a go. Now, if you are new to sketchnoting and you're wondering, how do I build some of the basic skills? Remember, I have my Sketchnote Fundamentals course available. It's live on the Thoughts Drawn Out website right now. It's self-paced. You can start at any time. I'll put the link below. And it's a great place to build the foundation skills. It literally starts from nothing. It starts from we're picking up a pen all the way through to I can now capture live content. All self-paced, all digital, online, in the safety of your own home. You never have to show anyone your notebook if you don't want to, but it is available and it is the best way that I know to help you get started with this amazing, very useful, very practical skill. Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, please put a like. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do that too. And if there's someone else in your life who you think could benefit from this, please shout them out, send them the link, share this out there. I'm here to serve you. I want to help you get creativity working in your life. I want to help you make your mark, and this is the best way that I know to do it.